Good day, everyone. Ali's here from Sophie Financial Network. Today is September 22nd, 2023, weekly edition for our analysis, starting with S&P 500 weekly chart. So we had ugly week. So there is no word to confirm that. That was pretty ugly week, and if you see that, here's the red bar slicing through this pivotal point, and we're just getting below this pivot as well. So just a touch below this demand area just crossed now, and we are just heading down to the next level. For sure, we can see kind of like up and down, but ultimate level, I'm just looking for S&P 500 for next week's, and probably it's going to be 41.75 to 42.31. So that's going to be the area that I'm looking for. Lots of I should say odds are coming along to this demand area. Could be pretty nice bottom information for the market. Still, it's very, very early to talk about the bottom when market just has this sell-off this week and also last week. Last 3 weeks actually was bloody for the market. Market is coming down sharply, and we are just we were warned everyone. So in this channel, hopefully you follow my analysis and hopefully you take the word, not just because I say that, because I'm just giving you update every single day that when market is going down, I'm just telling you folks, just be careful, because usually seasonally market is going to peak in the July, August timeframe, and August timeframe is always volatile for the market. September, October could be bearish. Even during the multi-year bull market, September, October always could be volatile and could be a good buying opportunity. So fair enough, we have September. September is pretty bearish, like last 3 weeks. Look at this. So last 3 weeks, we had a bearish month or months of September. This one is coming down, and we will cover that in monthly analysis next week. But right now, S&P 500 just heading down to 41 to 4200 for kind of like for a decisive bottom information for the market. And we should just educate ourselves, learn ourselves about the chart, about the price action down the road, how market is going to react to this level. Stochastic wise, momentum wise, we are just above oversold condition. This means we have got a long way to get to the oversold condition, something like this, to reverse back up. So it's coming along with our analysis. And also, I should say, for the RSI perspective, we're just breaking down this level. We're just getting back below 50% in the weekly chart, and probably there is going to be a more downside move to here to this area. So it's going to be kind of like a providing support. Again, probably next 2-3 weeks, we can see kind of like a bearish momentum to the downside for the chart. So all in all, when I'm just coming with weekly analysis, I'm just telling you folks, still weakness is coming and more downside is coming down the road. So just be careful, buckle up. If it's going to be just a corrective move, it can end up to here. If it's going to be a crash or something, we can go all the way down to the lower low, which I don't think that's going to be a possibility for now, but everything could be possible. But it is, as I said, it is very, very early to talk about this stuff. I'm just looking for this one as like a corrective move to here to 41 to 4200. And then we will see how market is going to react. Moving on to daily chart. Pretty nice pattern though, right? So this is pretty nice head and shoulder or QM pattern, or as I said, whatever you want to call it, this is pretty bearish. Like we are just getting test this area, and just today we are just broken to the downside. A pretty nice volatile session, and I'm pretty happy that we have just our technical course started yesterday. And I told my students yesterday, especially during the future hours before London session open, I told them we may see a rally, just early session, New York session. We may see an early rally to middle of this candle, and I came up with the hourly chart. I just told them exactly. So this is going to be the supply area. This is going to be the next supply area. So this one is going to be foreseeable, a price action. And we were there. So I just put a screenshot in my Telegram channel as well. And we were there here when we gave them analysis, when I gave them analysis, and market just heading down, heading up to here, and then coming down sharply later later hours of the session. So it's pretty cool to see how technically market reacting very, very well, especially when it is in a sell-off or it's kind of like in bullish momentum. It's not in a sideways range. Market just fantastically works based on the supply and demand structure. So just keep an eye on that one. As I said, here is the daily chart, and this is kind of like a broken to the downside. The next demand area based on the daily chart is going to be this, which is going to be 42 to 4,300. Again, I'm just looking for this as a kind of like a decisive moment. So probably we'll see just the rally coming down to here. This could be a very, very nice, I should say, multi-wick demand area, which is going to be lower. It's above 4,000. I'm not saying market can go here, but there is going to be a possibility market is getting volatile for the next move for the October timeframe, especially. We are just passing in mid-September. So October timeframe is going to be very, very volatile as well. Don't get me wrong. And we can see kind of like a capitulation for the next rally to the upside. That's my roadmap and forecast. Some people are saying, no, we can't see something like this. But remember, last year, October, just before market bottom, market had a very, very brutal time. And it was just giving very, very hard time to here's the August top. And look what happened. September, October was pretty ugly sell-off all the way before market bottom here. So we can see the same scenario. However, this pattern is very, very bearish, folks. This is kind of like the topping pattern here, and we should just be careful about any action down the road. Moving on to Nasdaq, let's start with Nasdaq weekly chart. So here is the thing, and Nasdaq is forming again another setup, like a bearish setup here, same as S&P 500. This one just like getting close to this demand area, which I believe it's gonna fail this demand area, probably a bounce somewhere around here, but ultimately the first target that I have for Nasdaq is going to be 13,400 to 13,900. And the next level I have here, which is not marked, but I'm going to just mark it right now, it's going to be 12,900 to 13,250. So we will see which one is going to react, but basically based on my calculation, we can get to one of these two scenarios. The ideal or bullish scenario would be we're just getting to the first one, which is 13,500, 13,900. This 400 level is going to be based on the weekly chart, this FL flag limit, just testing this August top, and then market getting back to the bullish momentum. But we can stretch down to here for kind of like more capitulation phase, and we can get another 400, 500 to the downside. I'm not looking for, again, a crash or something. I'm just looking for a kind of a corrective move, a decent, sizable sell-off that shake out lots of people off the market, and then institution just like getting back to the market, because there is still lots of money sitting on the cash on the side. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to daily charts. So daily, I know momentum-wise, we are kind of like a bearish, but don't pay attention because bearish or oversold can be more oversold over the time. So here's the trend line. I just adjusted. I know that in my previous video, I just told you folks, this is not the one that I like. I like this one because it gives me leading indicator or leading indication that a market just like getting to the downside. Fair enough, we had this. And I just want to be more conservative and put it here. You know, if you're my student, you know that I don't like this trend line at all. I'm not a trend line trader at all, but market behaves sometimes. But this is not the good trend line, just basically doesn't have a symmetry. Look at this. So this space between these two pivots and between second and third is ugly. So this is not a good trend line, but some people are just drawing this trend line as is. Fair enough. So let's let them do that. But here is the thing. We got bearish candle just below this trend line. And let me just adjust it a bit more accurate. So here is the thing. We got below this today. We just rally Dragonfly Doji. I know lots of people are all talking about, hey, look at this Dragonfly Doji. Here's the inverted hammer or gravestone Doji here, and we're just getting to the bottom. No, I think this is just a back test to this bearish candle with a light volume and getting down again. So this is going to be the first level that I'm looking at, 14,000 to 14,400. And then we can see more downside move to here. I believe 13,500, 13,900, which is coming along with our first target based on the weekly chart. So we can see some kind of like a zigzag action to here to complete this sell-off targets. Moving on to US 30, which is Dow Jones. Dow is just getting below this trend line, and this is pretty nice. Head and shoulder here forms, and Dow, our sell signal just paid off well for the first target. We can get down to here somewhere around 32,000 to 32,800. Could be kind of like a very, very good level for Dow. We are just getting to this demand area, testing this pivotal point. However, above this 3,300, 381 is could be a level. Here's the weekly chart. Weekly chart, we are just pretty close to oversold conditions. So for next 2-3 weeks, probably we'll see accelerated move to the downside for Dow, but that could be kind of like, this is kind of the bottom for the Dow. So still, as long as we are above this pivotal point, which is March bottom, we are kind of like a bullish for Dow. So any pullback to here could be buyback by traders or investors to 38,000 to 4,000, 40,000, and probably double top or even nominal new all-time high for Dow this year, early next year. So we will see how it goes. Still, I'm positive in Dow overall, but obviously short term, I'm kind of like a bearish. Long term, it could be a bullish as well. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to individual names, starting with yield. So bond yield coming down today, and it was kind of like a zigzag movement, exhaustive move to the upside after broke above this 5%. Last 2 days, just coming down slowly and still is in bullish momentum. So any pullback to here to 490 could be a buy, but I don't think yield is gonna give us more upside move, to be honest. I know Federal Reserve tone was pretty hawkish, and that verbiage just to build up this momentum, but I'm not sure in real scenario they're gonna just act more interest rate hike. So they're gonna just pause for next 2-3 months to see how economy is gonna react. This is just my 2 cents, but based on the chart, this is exhaustive movement to the upside. And when exhaustive movement breaking down to the downside, it could be very, very sharp, something like this. So we will see how it goes. TLT treasuries after yesterday crash, this one just to getting back up. So I don't know if this is going to be a capitulation phase of bottom just below this and then getting back up, because treasury has done this before. So look at that. So here we got this coming below this bottom, and then boom, coming back up, double test this high. I don't know if this is going to be the same scenario or this is going to be just a bearish consolidation for the next move to the downside. But ultimately, I believe yield is going to outperform the market. I was wrong about the timing. I totally agree that I was wrong about the timing. I thought that yield has been bottom here somewhere around. So any kind of like a rally pullback could be a buying opportunity. Seems like I was wrong, which obviously I was wrong. And still, I'm just kind of like a bullish again for yield for next years or two. But right now, obviously, it is in bear side. Gold just hold up pretty well today. So I know a market and gold kind of like at the same direction, but seems like gold, as I said, formed a bottoming formation here, and we're just getting to this triangle formation. If we break above again 1937 to 1950, we should see spiky move for gold is coming. and this October, September could be a time frame. Crude just getting up 76 cents to the upside. Not a bad price action today. So crude was okay. It's still, I'm just looking for a choppy momentum. VIX coming down, but look at the price action here, just a shadow here, right on the wide range bar here, just a touch below SMA 200 level. It's going to be a pivotal point. If we get above this, any pullback could be a buying opportunity to $20, and so we will see how it goes. Dixie, just a dollar up, no, 20 cents up, just a 105, still strong enough for a movement to the upside, still in a bullish momentum, this channeling up. But if it goes below this, it can be just a very, very shaky to the downside. So we will see how it goes with Dixie. Moving on to Magma indicator, is this one is coming up today, but look at the price action. So price action is not strong enough. So this is kind of like a bearish consolidation. I believe it's going to form for the next move to the downside. And this is going to be the first demand at 980. But obviously, I mean, like 100 times I just mentioned that this is going to be 900 to 920 is going to be the level that I'm looking for bottom information for this. Apple, just doji bar, gravestone doji, not a bad price action, but this pattern is very, very bearish. So for those ones who are trading Apple, just be careful. As long as we are below 180, Apple can go all the way down to here and could be very, very spiky, 156 to 159. Could be kind of like the bottom information. Amazon 21 cents down. It's heading down to 119 to 122. Meta $3.35 up. Not a bad price action though compared to the market overall. So one of the reasons NDX was positive or Nasdaq just because of this Meta, but obviously it's not forming well. So this is kind of like A, B, and then C coming down to here. Could be kind of like the foreseeable a future for Meta. Microsoft lagging. So Microsoft is lagging. Everyone needs to be careful about the market. So 317, I'm looking for sub $300 for Microsoft at least. Google heading down, broken down this trend line. It's coming down below this trend line. Any 120, 115 could be kind of like the bottom information. Still, we are at 130, so $15 can go to the downside. Netflix, $4.34 down. Tesla, $10 down. Look at the candle here. Tesla, just a sharp sell-off. Can go to here to test this area, but ultimately I'm looking for sub 200, 180, 190. So semiconductors, they were positive today, $1.20, but not a strong action. Stocks as well, so $3.85. Again, not a strong action. TSM, 28 cents, not a strong action. AMD, 9 cents, not a strong action. So this one is better though compared to weekly chart. If you just look at the weekly chart, it's coming along to this demand area. But if it consolidates here, it doesn't tell me anything. So it means it's going to break down to here to 82 to $85, which is going to test this and also coming along to this trend line. And this is going to be important level for AMD, 80 to 85. NVIDIA, $5.95 up, but the doji bar, so it's consolidating prior breakout this level. NVIDIA can go all the way down to here. I'm just looking for sub 400 for the October, November. Texas Instrument heading down pretty sharply today, just gapped up and then sharp sell-off. Lam Research, $8.72 up, but look at the candle. Candle is pretty doji bar, so it's not pattern of strength, it's pattern of weakness. It can just break into the downside to this area or this area, which is going to be 520 to 540. Could be kind of like the bottoming, not a bottoming, strong supporter. XLF, which is a financial hard sell-off today, it can break this pivotal point, as I mentioned yesterday. So it can go all the way down to here, which bring the Dow Jones down. KBE, which is a large cap bank ETF, is heading down to 33 to 35. KRE, 27 cents to the downside. It can go all the way down to 38 to 39. JP Morgan, $1.41 down. And this, if it takes out this pivotal point, it can go all the way down to 138. Goldman Sachs, sharp sell-off. It can test this pivotal point or kind of like a trend line. If it breaks to the downside, can go all the way down to 300. Bank of America, 41 cents down, already broke this trend line, can go to this area, 24 to 26 is waiting for Bank of America. And Wells Fargo, ugly sell-off as well. $41.23 sit there, but it can go below this pivotal point. The first level is 39 to 40. Moving on to the GoldMiners GDX. Well, GoldMiners, they acted not a bad, not a good. Pretty neutral session for them. GDX just 4 cents down. GDXJ 8 cents down. AEM 3 cents down. Newmont was positive. So look at that. So Newmont holding up very well after this W pattern is forming. It's forming a bullish consolidation for the next rally. So we'll see how it goes with Newmont's. But I'm kind of like positive in this sector. Franco-Nevada 29 cents up. Gold Barrick 24 cents down. So look at the candle here. Franco-Nevada just gapped up, rally, fail. But Gold Barrick was the entire session sell. So this is not a good pattern. So this can go more downside. I believe that's going to be the last phase of the downside when we see a divergence in this sector between different stocks. XLE, which is energy, 15 cents up. This one can go down as well. So the entire market is totally different because these ones are stocks. They're not commodities. I know they're just doing work with commodity, which is crude oil and natural gas, but these ones are stocks by nature. So, and the stock is coming down. This one can go down as well. That's going to be a healthy correction, I believe. XLE, just a 15 cents up. XOP, which is oil and gas exploration ETF, heading to the downside, 42 cents down. OIH, just a gap, but candle was not as strong. Gapped up $2.33, but it's not that strong. Exxon, 18 cents up, heading down. Chevron, $1.09 up. A doji bar, kind of like a bullish harami, but I don't like it. I'm just looking for this as like a bearish consolidation for the next move to downside. Oxy 33 cents up, not a bad. I like Oxy, to be honest, to react as well better, but I don't like the pattern. The pattern still very, very choppy. If it breaks to the downside, it can go to $60 again. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, folks, that was it for this week. Again, buckle up. We are just past mid-September. October is coming, very, very volatile, and bearishness is going to be the entire month for September and probably prevailing trend for the month of October. So we'll see how it goes. Have a fantastic weekend. See you on the chart. Bye-bye.